truth is not always what you think. A story that will surprise you. Have you ever had a debate with someone about something you were absolutely certain was true, only for them to completely deny it, simply because they had never seen or experienced it before? For example, you try to explain to a friend how hiking in the forest brings an unparalleled sense of peace, but since they've spent their whole life in the city, they just laugh and say, "Hiking in the forest? That sounds dangerous, full of mosquitoes and no fun at all." The reality is, many of us live our entire lives within our own pond, where everything is defined by what we are familiar with. We reject anything outside our understanding because deep down we believe, if I've never seen it, how could it possibly exist? Today, I want to share with you a fascinating story about a fish and a turtle. A simple story, yet one that carries a profound lesson about how our perception is limited by our experiences, and why it's crucial to open ourselves up to new possibilities. So, sit back, take a sip of tea, and join me on this journey. I promise you won't just smile. You'll begin to see the world in an entirely new way. Let's dive in. The story of the fish and the turtle. One day, there was a little fish. Being a fish, it had spent its entire life in water, knowing nothing beyond its familiar world. One afternoon, while swimming around the same lake where it had spent every day of its life, the fish came across an old friend, a turtle who had just returned from a journey on land. "Hello, turtle," the fish greeted. "It's been a long time. Where have you been?" "Oh," the turtle replied, "I just took a walk on land." "Land?" the fish exclaimed in disbelief. "What do you mean by land? There's no such thing. I've never seen anything like that. Land doesn't exist." The turtle chuckled kindly. "Well, if that's what you choose to believe, no one can stop you. But I was just there." "Come on now," the fish scoffed. "Don't talk nonsense. Tell me clearly. What exactly is this so-called land? Is it wet?" "No, it's not wet," the turtle replied. "Is it cool and refreshing?" the fish continued. "No, it's not cool or refreshing," the turtle answered. "Is it clear so that light can pass through it?" "No, it's not transparent, and light does not pass through it." "Is it soft and pleasant so that I can wiggle my fins or push my nose through it?" "No, it's not soft or pleasant. You can't swim in it." "Does it flow like a stream?" "No, it doesn't flow like a stream." "Then does it ever rise into beautiful white-capped waves?" the fish pressed impatiently. "No," the turtle replied. "It never rises into waves, not that I've seen." "Aha! You see?" the fish declared triumphantly. "I told you, your so-called land is nothing at all. I asked you many questions and you answered that it's not wet, not cool, not transparent, not soft, not flowing, and doesn't even have waves. If it's none of those things, then it must be nothingness. Tell me, if it's nothing, how can it possibly exist?" The turtle sighed and shrugged. "Well, if you insist on believing that land is nothing, then I won't argue. But anyone who understands both water and land would see you for what you are, a foolish little fish. You think that just because you've never known something, it must not exist." And with that, the turtle turned and walked away, leaving the little fish in its tiny pond, continuing its journey on the nothingness that the fish refused to believe in. How to break free from old thinking patterns and expand your perspective. In life, every person develops a set of beliefs shaped by their experiences, environment, and early teachings. However, the problem arises when people cling too tightly to old beliefs and refuse to open themselves up to new ideas. This is just like the little fish in the story. Because it had never seen land, it assumed with certainty that land could not exist. 1. Recognizing the limits of your own thinking. Before you can change, you need to identify the mental barriers holding you back. Ask yourself, is there something I have always believed to be true but have never actually verified? Do I often reject new ideas just because they don't align with what I already know? Have I ever looked at someone else's success and thought, they were born talented, but I wasn't? Self-awareness is the first step toward breaking free from old thought patterns. The more you challenge your assumptions, the more your world expands. 2. Practicing open-minded thinking. Learn to see things from multiple perspectives. Before rejecting a new idea, try putting yourself in the other person's shoes. When someone presents an idea that feels wrong to you, ask yourself, if this were actually true, how would it change my perspective? Is this person seeing the world in a way I've never considered before? Throughout history, many groundbreaking discoveries were once dismissed as ridiculous before becoming undeniable truths. Galileo was condemned by the church for claiming that the Earth orbits the sun, yet time proved him right. So, if you want to expand your understanding, stop instinctively rejecting new information. Instead, embrace curiosity and explore it with an open mind. How clinging to old knowledge can hold you back. We often believe that what we know is correct and sufficient. However, clinging to what you already know can stagnate your growth and cause you to miss out on important opportunities. 1. The "I already know" effect, the enemy of growth. This effect occurs when you believe you already know enough and don't need to learn anything new. People who fall into this mindset often refuse to consider new ideas, easily dismiss opposing viewpoints without thinking critically, firmly believe their way is the only right way. A classic example is Kodak, which once dominated the film photography industry. When digital cameras emerged, Kodak's leadership dismissed them, believing film would never be replaced. The result? Kodak went bankrupt while competitors like Sony and Canon rose to the top. This serves as a reminder. Refusing to adapt and learn can make even the strongest fall behind. 2. Breaking free from stubbornness with a learning mindset. If you want to avoid getting stuck in outdated thinking, focus on continuous learning and self-improvement. Here are some effective ways to do this. Don't believe too quickly. Verify before concluding. In today's information age, we are bombarded with thousands of opinions and perspectives daily. Instead of blindly believing or immediately rejecting something, take time to fact-check. Seek out multiple sources, especially those with opposing viewpoints. When you dig deeper, you'll realize that every issue has multiple angles, and truth is rarely black and white. By embracing critical thinking, you free yourself from biases and misinformation, allowing yourself to make more informed decisions. Example: challenging assumptions with critical thinking. Let's say someone tells you, meditation is useless, just a waste of time. Instead of immediately believing or rejecting this statement, take a step back and ask yourself, is this opinion based on personal experience or is it just something they heard from someone else? What does scientific research say about meditation? How do longtime practitioners describe their experience with meditation? Only when you actively seek information and verify facts can you make a well-informed judgment, instead of being swayed by existing biases. So, next time you encounter a new claim or perspective, ask yourself, is this the only truth? Have I truly explored this topic before forming a conclusion? Expose yourself to different perspectives. Don't just surround yourself with people who think like you. Engage with those who have different viewpoints, challenge your beliefs, and offer new ways of thinking. By expanding your intellectual horizons, you become more open-minded, adaptable, and insightful. Essential qualities for personal growth and success. Elon Musk, always questioning everything. Elon Musk constantly questions everything. He does not accept old principles just because everyone has always done it this way. Thanks to this critical thinking, he revolutionized the electric vehicle industry with Tesla and the space industry with SpaceX. Do you dare to question your own long-held beliefs? 3. Practical exercise. Breaking old perceptions to expand your world. Step 1. Write down 3 things you once believed were true but later realized were incorrect. Example: I used to think success was only about luck, but now I know it comes from perseverance. I believed only wealthy people could invest, but now I see anyone can start with a small amount. Step 2. Find a perspective. You once rejected and reconsider it. For example, did you think meditation was useless? Try it for just 5 minutes. Did you believe a vegetarian diet was unhealthy? Research its real benefits. Step 3. This week, try something you previously thought wasn't for you. Example: if you're afraid of public speaking, volunteer to speak at a small meeting. If you think you're not artistic, try drawing a simple picture. The world doesn't change when you wait. It changes when you step out of your own limits. 4. Conclusion: don't be the fish stuck in a small pond. So, our tea talk today has come to an end. From the story of the fish and the turtle, we've reflected on the limits of perception, the courage to step out of our comfort zones, and the importance of letting go of outdated beliefs. The world is always bigger than what you know. If you stay in your small pond, you might miss out on the vast ocean beyond. Before you go, ask yourself, am I rejecting something just because I haven't experienced it yet? Am I willing to try something new this week? Take one last sip of tea, savor the reflections from today's discussion, and carry this story with you on your journey ahead. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to like to support the channel, share to spread meaningful lessons, and comment to share your thoughts. Thank you for taking the time to sit, listen, and reflect. See you in the next Tea Talk.